Today guys, I'm going to be doing some coloring. I got this cutie off of eBay. I bought this stamp with my son in mind because he makes birthday in April. And when I got it in the mail, I realized that it's a little girl bunny. Isn't that funny? Oh my gosh, I should still make it and send it to him. I think he'll get a kick out of it. So, if you're interested in seeing some coloring, please do stick around. Welcome guys, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Claudette with Miss Puff Creative Corner. So let's jump right into today's project. And today I'll be coloring with some alcohol markers, and those alcohol markers is a combination of Stampin' Up! Markers and Copic markers. So this stamp set I got off of eBay, and it's a stamp by Stamp Affairs 1995 Gold Creations, and it was in pretty good shape. It's a little bit faded on this side. I guess maybe it was on this in the sun, but the rubber is soft. So we're going to go ahead and ink that up. I'm going to bring in my white cardstock, and I'm going to ink that up with Memento Tuxedo black ink, which is good for your alcohol markers. And let's just ink that up good. And I just have a padding underneath my cardstock just to make sure I get a good impression when I stamp this down. And I just re-ink my pad, so it should be nice and juicy. Hopefully it's not too juicy. And I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that image right down here in the middle. Try to get even pressures. What I like about these stamps, wooden stamps that comes with a colorful image, it's like a training wheel and how to color your image. So that's pretty nice. So I think I'm going to use colors around that I have in my stash that's similar to this color on the block. And then they have those areas where you have the little dot. It shows you the areas that you should shade, or the areas that should have darker areas, shaded areas. So which is also pretty neat. And I got some areas by the feet that didn't come out, so I'm just going to flip it over on the opposite side. And we'll try that again. So let's ink that area up pretty good. And try that once again, and then I'll just put some more pressure over there by the feet. Okay. And she came out pretty good this time, so let's go ahead and color her up with the alcohol markers. And then first off, I'm going to start out with E13, and this is the Copic marker, and I'm going to start with her ears. And this is a darker color. And I am just going to start with the areas that have those little dots that show me where I should shade. And I'm just going to come along these dotted lines here too as well, along some of the edges. So I'm going to try to start at a section at a time so my ink doesn't dry before I get to blend it. So then I'm going to come in with the E00 on the Copic marker and then blend that out. So I'm just going to continue with the other ear. I'm going to try to do it where you could see because I'm left-handed. Hopefully I'm not blocking your vision. And we're just going to go back in with that E00 and blend that out. Next, I'm going to go ahead and do her hands. Okay, coming along nicely. So next we're going to do her feet. Big bunny feet. And we're going to use the same markers, E13 for the shadows and E00 to blend that in. And these are the alcohol Copic markers that I'm starting with so far. Next, I'm going to take the E15 and just coloring the pattern on her feet. A large bunny feet. And then they have this heart, which is like a patchwork. Come in with the E13. I'm just going to do the heart, coloring that heart and her floppy ears. And I use the brush tip, but I'm just using like little dotting motion, so I try not to go out the line. Because on the Copics, they don't have that bullet tip. They have this little chisel tip. I guess I could use the point too as well. But I don't really like the chisel tip. So also I'm going to come in with the E00 and just do her neckline. I guess some of the fur would be showing there where her dress is. Next, I'm going to go for the dress. So I'm going to bring in some alcohol markers by Stampin' Up, and then they have this beautiful green. It's called Soft Succulent. So with Stampin' Up, they have two colors that comes in a pack, a light one and a dark one to help with your blending. So I'm going to take the darker Soft Succulent to do the edges and the area where it should be shaded. And then I'm just going to come in with the lighter color and blend. Only thing with Stampin' Up markers is that they're so juicy and they bleed easily, so I try not to go too close to the edge so I don't so it doesn't bleed. I'm going to go in with the E00, which I should have done, and just blend the patchwork there in her feet. Alright, so next what we're going to do is the carrot. And I am using the Dark Pumpkin Pie by Stampin' Up, as well as the Dark Pale Papaya. So the pumpkin pie, I'm just going to get those shaded areas or the darker areas with. Use my bullet tip. I'm just going to come in with Stampin' Up! Color Lifter. And that just helps to remove some color, and you could blend out with this too. I just want some lighter spots here in my carrot. Next, I'm going to do the greenery of the carrot. I'm going to use the same soft succulent in the dark and the light. I'm actually just going to use the light for the greenery. And I'm just going to use the bullet tip. If you guys are new to my channel and like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos. I'm going to take the lighter soft succulent and just color in a couple of these hearts. And this is our light real red. I'm just going to color the remainder of those hearts. If you guys are getting any creative value from this video, go ahead and smash that like button down below. That would be greatly appreciated. So I'm also going to get her button nose with this E13. So that's my project, guys. And let me bring in the stamp. So I think I came pretty close to the colors. I could have used like a purplish color around the padding and the feet, but I'm happy with how it turned out. So now my next step is just to turn it into a card. Thank you guys for joining me today. This is Claudette, and I'll catch you guys on my next video.